What is up, everybody? This is Adrob, and in this video, I'm going to be counting down my top 5 training spots in Call of Duty Zombies. Now, in this video, I'm only counting something as a training spot if it exists in one buyable area, meaning trains like the ones on Darius do not count because you're running it kind of all around the map, and I don't really think that counts as a training area, so we're only talking about the confined spaces where you run a train. So starting off this list, at number 5, we have the base of the lighthouse on Call of the Dead. Now the biggest factor to this train is that the AK-74U is right on the wall next to where you're training. This actually makes this spot one of the best early game training areas in Zombies, mainly because you can easily train in a wide open area and build up points with the AK-74U. You can even pack-a-punch it later on and give yourself a good way to clear waves before round 25 or so. Now, of course, in Call of the Dead, you have George coming after you at all times. Another good thing about this training area is that there's a little pool of water right next to it, so if George ever gets pissed off for whatever reason, you can simply run into the water and let him cool down. The one drawback to this area, though, is that if you get caught or cornered on the far side of this train, there's really no way out. There's only 3 ways to exit this training area, none of them found on the far side, so it's easy to get caught and go down and not really have a chance to get out of there. At number 4, we have the stage from Kino. Now, a lot like the train on Call of the Dead, we once again have a wall weapon that is great for building points early on and is really good for clearing out zombies in the mid-rounds once it gets pack-a-punched. Now, instead of the AK, we have the M16, and admittedly, it's not quite as good as the AK off the bat, mainly because it's a 3-round burst instead of a fully automatic gun. However, in my opinion, the Skull Crusher, the pack-a-punch version of the M16, is much better than the pack-a-punched AK, mainly because it has more ammo and a grenade launcher attachment. Now, the train itself may be a bit harder to run on Kino, but you get a turret which you can activate and it mows through the zombies. You have a teleporter which makes you completely invulnerable and acts as a really good escape route, and you have an extremely powerful wonder weapon in the Thunder Gun. So all in all, this train is a lot easier and can get you to those high rounds like we've seen plenty of times. Coming in at number 3, we have the comm room in Shinonuma. Now, as many of you already know, in Shinonuma there are only 24 zombies per round, and the wonder weapon on Shinonuma is the Wonder Waff, which kills up to 10 zombies with one shot. Basically, what I'm getting at here is on Shinonuma in World at War, you can go into the comm room, group up the zombies, shoot 3 times into your train, and finish the round, and that will work infinitely. There have been zombie players that have gotten past round 1000 on this map in a matter of hours, just because this system is so ridiculously efficient and almost broken. Now, the train itself is not the easiest to run. You do admittedly have to learn the landscape fairly well to make it work, but once you have the routine down, you can get to any round you want with this train paired with the Wonder Waff. At number 2, we have Lunar Lander Station 2 from Ascension. Now, there really isn't too much to be said about this training area. It's pretty simple. This training area is a flat, wide open platform with an escape route right in the middle of it. You can run multiple trains in this area. You can really just run around and hope for the best, and usually it'll turn out okay, just because you have so much free space on this platform. Not to mention that the Thunder Gun makes a triumphant return from Kino, and that just adds to the easiness of this train. The world record for the highest round in zombies outside of Shinonuma is still held on Ascension because of this train. And to every new Zombies player, I recommend this map just because you can learn how to train so easily in this area. So before I give my number 1 pick for the best training area in Call of Duty Zombies, I'm going to give honorable mentions to the cafeteria in Mob of the Dead and the surface of the moon on, you guessed it, Moon. Basically, both of these trains have proved themselves to be the best areas on their respective maps, and they just get the job done. So coming in at number 1 as the best training spot in Zombies, I'm going with the Buddha Room for Die Rise. Now, a lot of you are going to say that the lander station from Ascension deserves the number 1 spot, and I could see a case being made for that. Both training areas are really good and make their maps pretty easy once you get set up. However, I'm picking the Buddha Room over the lander station because you just have more space to work with. Yes, there's a bit of bumpy terrain in the Buddha Room. However, I don't really think that matters too much. It kind of throws you off and makes you think there's a challenge when there really isn't. Also, a lot of people think that the Buddha Room's not easy because you can fall off the side, but honestly, if you fall off the side in the Buddha Room, you're probably new to the game, or new to the map at least. But paired up with the Sliquifier, the Buddha Room is, in my opinion, the most effective training area in Zombies and can let you go however far you want. So those are my top 5 training areas in Call of Duty Zombies. Do you guys agree, disagree? Tell me down below in the comments section. Also tell me what top 5 you want to see next, or any video for that matter. So if you enjoyed this one, please remember to hit that thumbs up button down below to show your support. And if you enjoy my videos and you have not yet done so, please consider subscribing. It would mean a lot. Till next time, I'm ADROB. Peace.